When selecting a receptacle for an appliance circuit, especially for a washer, it's important to consider the breaker rating, wire size, and the load requirements. The receptacle rating must be equal to or greater than the breaker rating protecting the circuit. In the scenario described, the circuit is protected by a 20 amp breaker. Therefore, the receptacle should also be rated for 20 amps. The wire size is usually determined by both the load and the distance from the electrical panel to the receptacle. The load specified is 1500 volt amps, and the wire size is 4mm2, which is equivalent to 12 American wire gauge. For most installations, 12 American wire gauge wire is adequate for a 20 amp circuit, assuming the voltage drop is within acceptable limits based on the length of the run. An ordinary 13 amp receptacle is not suitable for this application. A 13 amp receptacle is designed to handle a maximum current of 13 amps, which is less than the 20 amp breaker rating. Installing a 13 amp receptacle on a 20 amp circuit would be a code violation and could create a significant safety hazard. Overloading the receptacle could lead to overheating, melting, and potentially a fire. The recommendation is to require the contractor to install a 20 amp receptacle. A common type of 20 amp receptacle is the NEMA 5.20R. This type of receptacle is designed to handle 20 amps at 125 volts. It has a different slot configuration than a standard 15 amp receptacle to prevent plugging in devices that draw too much current. This ensures that the receptacle is rated for the correct amperage and that the installation meets code requirements. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a widely adopted standard for electrical installations. It provides guidelines to ensure electrical safety. Installing the correct receptacle is essential for compliance with the NEC. Several additional considerations are crucial for this type of installation. Firstly, ensure that the receptacle is properly grounded. Grounding provides a safe path for fault current to return to the source, tripping the breaker and preventing electrical shock. Secondly, if the washer requires ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI protection, a GFCI protected receptacle should be used. GFCIs are designed to detect small imbalances in current, which can indicate a ground fault. When a ground fault is detected, the GFCI trips, cutting off power to the circuit and preventing electrical shock. GFCI protection is often required in damp or wet locations, such as laundry rooms. It's always recommended to consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work. The electricians have the training and experience to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant with local codes. They can also assess the specific requirements of the installation and recommend the best solutions. It's also good to understand some electrical principles. Firstly, Ohm's law, which states that voltage equals current times resistance. This relationship is fundamental to understanding how electrical circuits work. Secondly, the power formula, which states that power equals voltage times current. This formula is used to calculate the power consumption of electrical devices. For example, a 1500 volt amp load at 120 volts would draw approximately 12.5 amps. Understanding these basic electrical principles can help in making informed decisions about electrical installations. Some important NEC sections to be aware of include NEC section 210.21, which covers the use of receptacles. It specifies the allowable receptacle ratings for various branch circuit ratings. NEC section 210.52 covers receptacle outlets required in dwelling units. It specifies the requirements for receptacle placement in various rooms, including laundry areas. NEC section 250 covers grounding and bonding. It provides requirements for grounding electrical systems and equipment to ensure safety. Furthermore, here are some guidelines for selecting the correct size of the conductor for the specific load. Firstly, determine the continuous load. Continuous load is defined as a load that operates for 3 IOs or more. For continuous loads, the conductor must be sized to carry at least 125% of the continuous load. Secondly, determine the ampacity of the conductor. Ampacity is the current carrying capacity of the conductor. It is determined by the size of the conductor, the insulation type, and the ambient temperature. Thirdly, select a conductor with an ampacity that is equal to or greater than the calculated load. This ensures that the conductor can safely carry the current without overheating. Factors to consider when selecting a receptacle include the amperage rating, the voltage rating, the NEMA configuration, and the environmental conditions. The amperage rating should be equal to or greater than the breaker rating. The voltage rating should be compatible with the supply voltage. The NEMA configuration should be appropriate for the intended use. The environmental conditions, such as temperature and humidity, should be considered when selecting a receptacle. The following are the steps for installing a receptacle. Firstly, turn off the power to the circuit at the breaker. This is a critical safety precaution. Secondly, remove the old receptacle. Disconnect the wires from the old receptacle. Thirdly, connect the wires to the new receptacle. Connect the black wire to the brass terminal, the white wire to the silver terminal, and the ground wire to the green terminal. Fourthly, mount the new receptacle in the electrical box. Secure the receptacle with screws. Fifthly, turn on the power to the circuit at the breaker. Test the receptacle to ensure that it is working properly. Some common mistakes to avoid when installing receptacles are as follows. Firstly, not turning off the power to the circuit. This is a dangerous mistake that can result in electrical shock. Secondly, using the wrong size of wire. Using the wrong size of wire can lead to overheating and fire. Thirdly, not grounding the receptacle properly. Not grounding the receptacle properly can create a shock hazard. Fourthly, over-tightening the screws on the terminals. Over-tightening the screws can damage the receptacle. It's also important to understand the different types of receptacles. Firstly, standard receptacles, which are used for general-purpose applications. Secondly, ground fault circuit interrupter receptacles, which are used in damp or wet locations. Thirdly, arc fault circuit interrupter receptacles, which are used to protect against arc faults. Arc faults are dangerous electrical faults that can cause fires. Fourthly, tamper-resistant receptacles, which are designed to prevent children from inserting objects into the receptacle. The choice of receptacle depends on the specific application and the local codes. For laundry areas, GFCI receptacles are often required. Additionally, tamper-resistant receptacles may be required in homes with children. Here's an overview of the different types of wiring methods. Firstly, non-metallic sheath cable, which is commonly used in residential wiring. Secondly, metallic conduit, which is used in commercial and industrial wiring. Thirdly, electrical metallic tubing, which is a lightweight type of conduit. Fourthly, flexible metal conduit, which is used for connections to motors and other equipment. The choice of wiring method depends on the application and the local codes. For residential wiring, non-metallic sheath cable is typically used. For commercial and industrial wiring, metallic conduit is often required. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, specifies the requirements for electrical installations. The AEC is updated every 3 years. It's essential to stay up to date with the latest version of the NEC to ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It's a comprehensive resource for electrical professionals. Some important NEC articles include Article 210, which covers branch circuits, Article 250, which covers grounding and bonding, Article 300, which covers wiring methods, Article 400, which covers flexible cords and cables, Article 430, which covers motors. These articles provide detailed requirements for specific types of electrical installations. In conclusion, selecting the correct receptacle for a washer circuit is crucial for safety and code compliance. It's essential to choose a receptacle with an amperage rating that is equal to or greater than the breaker rating. Additionally, it's important to consider the wiring method, grounding, and GFCI protection. Consulting with a qualified electrician is always recommended to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant with local codes.